The more I'm following this story right here, the more I'm following the stories, the more I'm like, man, this cannot be for real. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let's get right into the material. YNW Melly used Rihanna code words to allegedly tamper with witnesses in his murder trial. This story just hit the press like 2 hours ago. And listen, it says that YNW Melly is accused of killing two people in 2018, and his trial is set to begin in a few days, right? We already know all that. Let's get right into the meat of the matter, though. Listen to this. Rapper YNW Melly allegedly used code language involving Rihanna and A$AP Rocky to instruct witnesses not to appear in court in the murder trial against him. This is what the prosecutors are saying. He just got hit with witness tampering charges, right? And Bortlen just got hit with witness tampering charges and got picked up and got locked up, and his bail has been revoked, right? But I don't think Bortlen is coming back out. He's just going to sit locked up. A lot of people had issues with him being out in the first place and felt like he should have been locked up anyways. Well, I think Bortlen just proved to them that they're right. I should have been locked up because I'm out here and I can't control myself, right? But this gets bad for YNW Melly. It gets really bad. Check it. YNW Melly, whose trial ended in a mistrial, his last trial following the deadlock of his jury in July, he had lost his phone privileges while he was in jail because of violations, stuff he is getting into behind bars, right? He young and wild and out in there. He getting in trouble in there. He lost his phone privileges, whatnot. So what he did, according to prosecution, he used other inmates' phone time to communicate with none other than YNW Bortlen. Jesus Christ. If you're locked up, you should know that every phone call is recorded. Every phone call is listened in on. Every phone call is a opportunity for you to tell on yourself and get yourself in more trouble, right? They took away his phone privileges right around that time, and they said that he used other inmates' prison phone time rather to communicate with Bortlen. One of the stipulations of Bortlen's bond release is that he was not supposed to communicate with YNW Melly, and he was not supposed to communicate with anybody else that is involved with this case, right? Now, remember, Bortlen just got picked up because he actually reached out to YNW Melly's ex-girlfriend and said, if you were more loyal, or if you be more loyal, you could be driving around in a pink BMW. Now, if Melly is communicating with Bortlen and Bortlen is reaching out to his ex, who is a part of this case and was supposed to be a major piece on the witness stand for the for the prosecution, but she ended up not coming to court at all. Her mama came, but her mama wasn't too friendly. She was a hostile witness. But her daughter did not show up at all, right? Right. So for the people who are asking, well, how the hell could Melly possibly? He lost his phone privileges. He had no access to the outside world. Well, this is the paperwork that's coming out. He said he lost his phone privileges, but it's alleged by the prosecution that they have proof now that he used other inmates' phone time to communicate with fellow rapper YNW Bortlen, and he used code words and spoke in a coded language which involved Rihanna and A$AP Rocky in the coded language. Not Rihanna and A$AP Rocky being involved in this BS. They used code words in a coded language which involved Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's name. Bortlen should have known better than this. He already had one foot out the door. Instead of Bortlen looking to actually serve less time in prison, Bortlen, it looked like he's willing to do every and anything for Melly. It's like Melly has a control over Bortlen, and whatever he tells him to do, he is so loyal. Even if it means risking his life, he does it. I don't really call that a good friend. I call that a crash dummy. Because he's going down, and as he's sinking, he's taking Bortlen with him. A good friend would be like, yo, I'm going to ride this on my own, man. I'm in some trouble. Not take you with him deeper and deeper and deeper into the mud. If I'm going to die, then I guess we both die together. Oh, hell no. I don't want to be your Bonnie and Clyde. But poor Bortlen doesn't even seem like he could decipher what the hell is going on around him, you know? So it's said that he allegedly used the other inmate phone time to communicate with fellow rapper YNW Bortlen as Bortlen was free. Bortlen, who is also accused of murder and witness tampering, and he was at the time released on bond, is now back in lockup. In court documents that were obtained recently by TMZ, the prosecutors alleged that during those phone calls, Melly, whose given name was Jamel Maurice Demons, he name-dropped Rihanna, and he name-dropped A$AP Rocky's baby mama, and used phrases about a Maybach to tell a female witness not to appear in court. It was noted that the female actually did not show up to the trial. So, damn it, they got proof. They're claiming they got proof that he reached out to Bortlen, and Bortlen, by using other people's phone time and using a coded language in which Melly name dropped Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's baby mama and used phrases about a Maybach to tell a female witness not to appear in court. And it was noted that that female witness, although she was slated to appear in court, she actually did not appear in court. So, what they have him on now is tampering with evidence, tampering with a witness for his first trial. You know what everybody is going to ask now, right? If you're not guilty, why are you tampering with witnesses? If you're not guilty, why are you reaching out through other people to get people to not show up to court? If you're not guilty. The alleged communication was captured on tape, and it shows Melly handing out handwritten notes to different cell blocks. The alleged communication was captured on tape, and it shows Melly handing out handwritten notes to different cell blocks. Melly's lawyer, James Benjamin, he's denying the latest claims, calling them a desperate attempt by the prosecutors. Now, before his murder retrial is set to begin, Melly was charged with witness tampering earlier this week, according to the news, for allegedly convincing a witness not to take the stand during his trial. Benjamin, Melly's attorney, told AP News that the new charges are clearly a retaliation after he and his legal team partner, Daniel Aronson, alleged that Broward County State Attorney Harold Pryor and his underlings were guilty of a cover-up. So he's saying basically we're accusing that whole department, and so this is their way of coming back for us. So they're going to set our client up, lie on our client, put a false charge on him because we said that they're guilty of a cover-up. At this point, man, you know what? Listen, at this point, I don't know. I don't know. The messenger reached out to Benjamin for comments. Melly's retrial is expected to begin sometime in November. because it starts on the 9th of October, but that will be jury selection. Now, if convicted, you already know he's potentially facing the death penalty. And according to prosecutors, Melly, Anthony Williams, and Christopher Thomas Jr., we already know the story. They were riding in a car after they went to the studio, and they're saying that Melly was in the car and Melly was the one that ended up shooting both of them. Melly's attorneys are in court saying he was not even in the car when the shooting occurred. He left somewhere down the road. They pulled over and he wanted to use the toilet, bathroom, took a piss on the side of the road, whatever, and he ended up getting in another vehicle and leaving. Which, if anybody has any sense, that scenario right there just put everything square dead in Bortlen's lap. But again, I've been pointing out to y'all, and I'm pointing it out some more, that Bortlen is just too damn slow to understand what's going on. Melly already pinned all this on Bortlen. And poor Bortlen is just going along for the ride. Now, listen. I don't give a damn what anybody wants to say. If I was Bortlen, the minute they let me out, I would have been out here saying, Your Honor, I got something to tell you, or officer, I got something to tell you. Listen, this is how it goes. I was in fear for my damn life, because when I seen him shoot our two best friends, I mean, they had arguments and whatever, but I never thought it would come to this. But when I seen him waving that gun around and that gun was sparking and going off, I don't know if you ever heard a gun go off in a closed space as tight as a car. My ears went deaf. My ears were ringing. I was scared. I thought some of the blood got on me, and I thought I was shot. I was so afraid. And then he commanded me to pull over into a certain place, and we staged the scene. And then he told me that he was going to get at my family. My mama wouldn't be safe. My daddy wouldn't be safe if I betrayed him. And I assured him that I wouldn't, because I was concerned for my family. And after seeing what he did, I was sure he wouldn't have any problem murdering me. But I'm going to tell you the truth. I didn't have anything to do with that, and I witnessed him do it. Damn it. Bortlen dumbass is over there just going along with the program. Bortlen doesn't realize that he's about to go to prison for a very, very, very long time. Bortlen doesn't realize that they have already placed all of it on him. From the first trial, Melly's attorney sat up there in front of the judge and said, I don't even know why y'all got my client in here. He's not the one that drove to the hospital with two dead bodies in a car. Bortlen was. Cortland Henry. YNW Bortlen did. Melly is not the one that fabricated a story about a drive-by, which we now know to be false. Those are the words of Melly's attorney saying, which we now know to be false. That means they are admitting that no damn drive-by happened. The story was fabricated. But he gave it to Bortlen. He said Melly was not the one that came up with the story and told it to the police officers about a drive-by, fabricated a story. Cortland Henry, YNW Bortlen did. If anything, that's who should be blamed, right? I said, damn. Is Bortlen home watching this trial? Because if he is home watching this trial and he is so slow that he missed himself being thrown way up under that bus just now, I don't know what else to say to the boy. Crash dummy. That's my name for him. Boy, listen. Ballistics test, forensic test, just so much different stuff that leads to... This case is sealed up, man. This case is sealed up and done. It just needs to go back to trial again. And this time, I believe, this is my belief, that it's going to be way easier this time for the prosecution to actually make their case and come away with a guilty verdict. Now, I'll close this video by saying this. There's no way in hell that the prosecution would actually come up with a charge right now of witness tampering and then go as far as to explain that Melly was using other inmates' phone time to reach out to Bortlen, and we know that he was also using a coded language to communicate with him. This sounds to me like Melly told Bortlen from behind bars to get in touch with his ex-girl, and that's why he used coded Rihanna, ASAP Rocky's baby mama. That's like saying my girl. I don't know. And use phrases about a Maybach to tell a female witness not to appear in court, and it was noted that that female witness did not show up. The defense is not going to just write that out of thin air, because they know YNW Melly's lawyers are friggin' experts, especially this latest lawyer that he got. This is cakewalk for this man. So they better come correct. They're not going to jeopardize and falsify, and then when they get to court, they're asked, okay, how do you know that this happened? Or are you guys lying against my client again? I'm sure they have evidence for this. But when this trial starts to play out, we will see. The alleged communication was captured on tape, and it shows Melly handing out handwritten notes to different cell blocks. I rest my case. Leave y'all comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. Every time I think this is it, it gets dumber and dumber and dumber. Damn. I'm out. Peace.